I cannot believe that people on the internet are still shitting on or FGC goons. And I gotta preface this by saying I realize like these are not opinions shared by the average FGC member. I don't want to come out and make it sound like I'm shitting on, you know, fighting gamers, because I think most of them rock with Leffen these days. You can really see the camaraderie between Sonic Fox and Leffen, for example. Or, you know, I remember Yahozi and Leffen. Yahozi from, you know, who was playing a lot of Dragon Ball Fighters was tweeting about how she thought Leffen was good people. And pretty much everyone who kicked it with Leffen at Summon of Power, all these Dragon Ball Fighters events, like the actual top players, they're all super down. Goichi the other day, Go1, fighting game god, legend of fighting games, Japanese player, was tweeting in very impressive English, mind you. He's really been stepping his English up, it looks like. Like a week or two ago, he was saying, man, I keep thinking back to my, here, I'll find you guys the tweet. I thought it was a really, really nice tweet for him to make. Couldn't sleep, so I was watching videos of past Dragon Ball Fighters offline tournaments. I can't wait to join the tournament. I can't tell you how many times I've seen my fight with Leffen and CEO and how well I won. I don't even know how I did it. So, you know, all the, you know, actual fighting game, you know, players, good players, you know, they're all like, you know, they like, you know, they're down with Leffen, you know, they look forward to playing him, they respect him as a competitor, all this stuff. But there's something about Leffen that attracts a crazy amount of vitriol. I was looking at Twitch chat today, man. I was watching the Strive EU top 8. People were mad, and I don't mean like it was. I don't mean one or two lines every now and then. You know, every now you get like one or two lines of some shit in the chat. Oh, this guy. It was like more people were shitting on him than were cheering for him. Like the majority of people, the majority. I was like, damn. You know, and it was crazy. It was crazy. Dude, I want to talk about some of the crazy shit I saw, because it was crazy. It was crazy. People said, someone came out and said, oh, he thinks he's good, but he's playing chip on PS4 low. You know, because the implication is, of course, Guilty Gear Strive is a lot more input lag on the PlayStation 4 version than on PC. So he's abusing the fact that there's more lag by playing a character with nigh unreactable mix-ups. Of course, they're gonna be much harder to react to on PS4. But then it's like, how do you say that when Leffen's the only motherfucker that's been yelling about how we shouldn't be playing PS4 Strive nonstop on Twitter? Like, how are you gonna say Leffen's abusing PS4 lag when he's like the only guy that's like, guys, we gotta do better. We gotta stop playing fucking PS4 standard for every fucking game. Like, that's crazy. If he had his way, we'd all be playing PC all the time. Leffen plays chip, which, by the way, I'm still waiting for someone to make, like, you know, they got like color mods and shit in Strive. Someone's got to make a Leffen chip, man. Because, like, okay, look, someone's get on this. I'm just saying, you know, like, this is what Chip Zanef looks like right here, right? And then, you know, like Leffen, if I just Google Leffen, you know what I'm saying? Like, one of these, like, it, dude. You just gotta get like the hair is practically already like he's got that same kind of like pseudo spiky, but it's kind of coming off to the side, you know? See how it's like spiky at the top, but it's got the little swoosh. All you'd have to do is fucking put some TSM shit on his thing, on the jacket right here. I'm just saying, man. I mean, I think this is free real estate right here. Someone's got to get on this shit. The fact that no one's made this already actually boggles my mind. Yeah, Deadass just looks like him. But anyway, and then I saw people saying like, man, Smash Kids must be so happy. I tweeted this one, but I was like, what the fuck do you mean Smash Kids? Like, who are Smash Kids? Like, I'm 32. Am I a Smash Kid? Like, who are Smash Kids? Dude, okay, I'm gonna prove something to you guys right now. You're mid-20s. Yeah, dude. Old kids, I guess. But, like, Leffen's not from old. Leffen's a Melee player. So I don't, you know what I mean? I guess, yeah, I mean, they exist. Smash Kids are Ludwig. Yeah, exactly. Smash Kids are Ludwig's fan base. That's exactly right. This is my YouTube channel's demographic analytics. Somehow Google gets this data on you. I have no idea how the fuck they do it, but they do. The first thing you'll notice is that 98.4% of you guys are male, which I expect, but to all the ladies out there, they're welcome, and, you know, thank you for viewing. The next thing you might notice is right here, 47.9%, almost half of my entire viewership is 25 to 34. I actually skew, to my knowledge, I skew older than Mango in terms of demographics. Let that one sink in for a second. You guys are older, probably one of the oldest audiences. I think this is probably one of the oldest audiences in gaming, right? Like, what game are you gonna, maybe if you're a StarCraft content creator or something, or like, I don't even know what scene you would be in to have demographics that skew older than this. I mean, I've got more 35 to 44 year olds. I've got over twice as many. In fact, I have 3 times as many 35 to 44-year-olds as I do 13 to 17-year-olds. That's crazy, kind of. But maybe not. Maybe it's just not, you know? Scar's 34, right? So, yeah, there you go. By the way, Golden Guardians Melee skews even older. We took a look at this was, what, 3 weeks ago now? Smash Summit 11? We took a look at the GG Melee YouTube channel. We went into the YouTube studio. We looked at the analytics. Over 50% of Golden Guardians Melee subscribers, or viewers at least, are over 25 to 34 in that age bracket. So, well, actually over 50% of mine are, because if you add up everything above 25, then yeah, over half of you guys are over 25. But GG Melee, over half are in this bucket alone, which is wild. So I don't even know who Smash Kids even refers to these days. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, people were saying some crazy shit. I think the one that everybody roasted the shit out of this was, including me. Everyone had to take a shot at this dude. Damn, what a ratio. Hey, side note, you guys remember when ratio had a different definition? So these days, when people on Twitter say you got ratioed, or well, just ratio, usually they're referring to, I'm making a reply that gets more likes than your reply. But I remember a couple years ago, like maybe not even that long ago, like 2 to 3 years ago, usually what it meant when you got ratioed was your own tweet got way more replies than it got likes and retweets. So a tweet would have been considered ratioed if it got 30 likes, 50 retweets, that's already a bad sign, and like 1,000 replies. That's a ratio. Because that means everyone wants to shit on you, but no one wants to like what you're saying. Obviously a similar concept. Either way, it means you fucked up on the internet. And this guy fucked up today. Congrats. Well, this again, it's a reply to one EVO again, despite best 3 being seated super low. I'm still fucking kicking all this shit. You know, I would say that most people were, you know, largely congratulating Leffen. Pew pew, congratulating him. Fuck yeah, you know, that's funny. SQ, top Ramlethal, top Guilty Gear Strive player, congrats. Tempest, top fucking, you know, cream of the crop East Coast fighting gamer, top May player in Guilty Gear Strive. Congrats, Leffen, good shit. Some pretty fucking funny replies. I'll let you guys just kind of read this comic real quick. This is Bakugo from My Hero Academia, and it really does quite sum up a lot of how Leffen is sometimes, which is fine. I mean, I like it, you know. You know, he may be a little bit of a dark triad sometimes, but he's our dark triad, gosh darn it. So you got that. The man does it again. Man literally too angry to lose. This shit's super funny. But anyway, then you got guys like, yeah, this guy right here. EU only, online, PS4, chip, read chip on PS4. Right, because again, if we start playing Strive on PC as a tournament mainstay, Leffen bitching about it nonstop will probably have actually been one of the factors. So this is like extra ironic. Also, EU only is funny because last I remember, the last time EU and NA did a 10v10, EU fucking won. Which, by the way, go watch my other video on the largest left we've ever seen. But yeah, most people congratulating Leffen, and then you got this guy. Congrats on getting lucky by being naturally talented. You must be very proud. I don't know how you post a fatter L. This is such an L. Like, because no one says this unless they feel like they suck at everything. So it's like, you're not only salty that Leffen won, you're salty that you suck. And you're like airing that out to the world, you know? Everyone got their share on dunking on this guy, right? Where's my boy? Slime got in on the action. So you got Slime here. Me when I am physically ugly. You know, I had to quote retweet him. I quote retweeted his next tweet. How is being naturally talented, not getting lucky. You don't have any control over your talented or not. Congrats on getting lucky by being naturally talented. That's so funny. Like, what is like, talented is literally a compliment that people pay off. Like, you know, if you watch like the Olympics, right? And you see these like, you know, people that are young and you literally hear the judges or you'll hear people say of commentators or analysts, or whatever, they'll say, you know, she's such an incredible talent. This competitor is such an incredible talent. Such a talented, you know, and obviously they compliment their work ethic as well. But you hear, that's a thing people say. People say, wow, you're just incredibly talented. I can't wait to see what you do in this sport or this game or whatever, right? It's literally something you hear all the goddamn time, which is absolutely hilarious. That had to be sarcasm, right? I don't know, dude. I really don't know. But there are definitely like a lot of people on the internet, and this has definitely been a recurring theme. I don't even know what to call them. I don't want to call them FGC members because, again, all of the prominent members of the community that I've seen, you know, for the most part are like, yeah, this is cool, good shit. You know, they're pretty just kind of, well, normal. This is something you see all the time. And, you know, to be clear, I think a little bit is Leffen does kind of entertain them from time to time, but there's so many of them that I would honestly, if it was me, I would have a pretty hard time biting my tongue as well. Where the hell was it? People were, I remember this was, yeah, like right here, man. This was a couple days ago. This was talking about Melty Blood. You know, saving this for when I win my first type Lumina tournament. This is the new Melty Blood. But Leffen was basically saying, I'm only gonna make a post once about this and keep it moving. Leffen doesn't play Melt. This is like a copy pasta, dude. Do people write this really think that people aren't gonna turn this into copy pasta? Leffen doesn't play Melty. Even in the event he did, he clearly doesn't understand Melty, and that's fine. He will not play TL or MBAACC. That's Melty Blood actress again. Current code. Case closed. Ignore the take, say cap, and keep it moving. Please and thank you. And then this really awkwardly cropped cell image. Anyway, yeah, it's just like people like, I wouldn't be able to deal with it. I don't know how Leffen does it. I think he does it by, he definitely doesn't ignore, I think he ignores them sometimes, but I think, you know, after a while, you're just like, you know what, fuck this guy. And you just blow them up. So obviously Leffen quote tweeted this guy, but dude, the degree to which people are, you know, I would say that every now and then, you know, just being a public figure on the internet or a semi-public figure on the internet, you're gonna get haters no matter who you are. But it's about the proportion, like the ratio of vitriol to or positivity to negativity, right? Or negativity to positivity, if you want to look at it that way. And like, man, it was crazy today in stream. It was so crazy. It was so crazy. I was shocked. People were fucking mad. And I think after a certain point, the way you got to deal with it is you just got to like let the rage tears fuel you. Yeah, it was crazy. The degree to which, I mean, copium is a good word for it, to be perfectly honest with you. But I was a little shocked. I kind of expected to see some toxicity, but I mean, it was a lot of people that were being pretty and I don't know if it's just you know, maybe this whole conversation, you know, they say everything's kind of interconnected in a way. I wonder if things would have been this way if it was offline EVO and there were more people in the chat, more casuals that, you know, because you have to imagine people that are invested enough to hate on someone to the degree that they do. You know, I wonder if it's normal EVO and there's hundreds of thousands of people in the chat that are just kind of spamming emotes and whatever. You probably don't see it to the same degree because people are just excited and they're just happy to be watching. So, I mean, it all ties back to, I mean, we'll see what happens next year. Yeah, I just pulled it up right now. I'm kind of looking at chat. I would say that for every message that's cheering for Leffen, I would say there's about at least one message that's being toxic. So it's like a pretty bad ratio. You know, normally, you know, they say usually it's like when you got like one shitter in chat or whatever, you know, the thing that they tell you, and this is something that I had to learn when I got into commentary, because, you know, when you start commentating for the first time, and this is a kind of to all you want to be or aspiring commentators out there or new commentators, people will be hateful when you start commentating because you're going to be a voice that they don't recognize, and you're not going to be able to get away with certain things that more established commentators like me are going to be able to get away with. It's just the sad reality. And this is something I had to put up with in 2011, 2012. You know, for me, it was always like maybe, you know, there'd be 10 supportive people and 1 or 2 shitters. You know what I mean? I would say it was maybe 1 to 5, okay, at its worst. You know, you'd have 4 or 5 people being completely normal and 1 person being hateful. And so you'd kind of remind yourself, well, it's a vocal minority, but it's still the minority. But yeah, it's crazy. You know, when the number starts approaching 1 to 1, you know, it's wild. Resliv got a bunch of crap for no reason. I remember that, man. I remember commentating a tournament with Resliv, and then it was one of the early Canadian, like, get on my levels or something like that. I commentated a tournament with Resliv. People were being atrocious to him for like no reason, man. I think FGC people are fine with Smash until they leave their lane. Yeah, apparently, man. Apparently. That's every scene, right? That's like Ultimate with Hungrybox, honestly. Have you guys seen what you know, Ultimate people are saying about Hungrybox's some Ultimate Summit run? Trying to get into Ultimate Summit? People love to put, and this is just life, man. People love to put people in boxes. People love to say, this is what I know about this guy. I'm gonna put him, well, it's pigeonholing, right? They love to pigeonhole other people. This is what this guy does. I'm cool with them as long as he's doing this thing. And as soon as people try to grow outside of their current hustle or their current, as soon as they start stepping on other people's toes or even are perceived to be stepping on other people's toes, which in this case they're not, it's completely an open competition, of course, people get very upset. People get very upset. Isn't HBox literally the biggest Ultimate streamer? Yeah, I mean, he's got a resume. He's not bad. He would not be the worst, you know, player to go to a summit, I would say. Yeah, I would say that HBox has definitely put the ult scene on his back, which brings me, by the way, because I think there's a parallel here with what HBox did with the box series and the juice box series. I feel the same way about Leffen, right? With regards to, like, you got all these shitters who are like, man, fuck this Leffen guy. How dare this guy? In the meantime, Leffen literally ran the Strive tournament that had the most hype grand finals, probably. Sonic Fox versus Tempest. Insane first online tournament for the game. That blew everyone, like, set the bar really high for how exciting the finals to a Guilty Gear Strive event could be. 20K viewers, streamed 14 hours that day, I think. 13, 14 hours, right? And is doing this on a regular basis, putting the Strive scene both in NA and EU on his back, running these huge tournaments. And, you know, marketing the game, certainly markets Levo way better than EVO marketed their own event. Because I feel like I always know when a Levo is around the corner. I did not know that EVO was around the corner. And so I'm like, you know, to a certain degree, the proof is just in the pudding. And this isn't even about Leffen at this point. I just think in general, like, people got to realize, like, when there are figures in the community that are doing things that are pushing the scene forward and creating content, and this is something I definitely observed in spades in the FGC. This is one thing where I will say, I feel like the FGC has been unusually, I would say, a little bit bad about this. I remember when Maximilian Dude was first popping off, and man, people... Because Maximilian Dude was thought to be like a casual enabler. He would make this content that was very digestible for YouTube, and he attracted all sorts of different people who weren't competitive fighting gamers to watch Marvel starting out and then later fighting games. And FGC motherfuckers at the time did not know how to process this. They did not know how to deal with it. This guy was seeing so much success, Maximilian Dude, with the content he was making. But I mean, you know, the guy still gets, you know, he'll turn on Strive and get 20K viewers on Twitch today. He gets like Ludwig level viewership just having fun in fighting games. You know, from what I observed from back then, because I've been in these scenes for a long time, I've just seen a hard time reckoning this for a long time, man. They did not know how to talk about people like Maximilian Dude. And I would say that they've gotten a lot better at it. But back in the day, man, people were like, this guy's not a real fighting gamer. You know, gatekeeping. It was exactly that. It was gatekeeping. It was exactly gatekeeping. Max ain't bitching all the time. Sure. But to my point, right? People will complain even if you're not bitching, even if you're a beacon of positivity. It almost doesn't matter that Leffen's a bit of a rager, a bit of a complainer sometimes, or, you know, whatever you want to call him, because people do it with beacons of positivity too. As soon as it's whoever in chat said, you know, people will, and it's not just the FGC, people will support you until you start coming out of your lane a little bit. But at that point, you know, you just got to push it forward. A lot of respect to people like Hungrybox for running his tournaments. A lot of respect to people like Leffen for running Levo. You know, if you're running tournaments, if you're making content, if you're putting on exhibitions, if you're putting on events, at the end of the day, you're the one pushing the scene forward. You're the one putting the scene on your back. And, you know, nobody in Twitch chat or Reddit can ever take that away from you. That's just how it works.